Happy Monday. It's time for some book talks. I'm sorry I'm a little raspy. I got whatever's going around here at the beginning of the school year. Thanks, guys. My first book that I want to talk about that I read this summer, by the way, everything that I'm going to talk about is from the Morristown Public Library. We do have the first book in this series that's called The Savage Song, but I haven't been able to buy the second book yet, which is what this is, by Victoria Schwab. And it's set in a world where something's happened, cities are kind of in disarray, and in this universe there are monsters that are created from tragedies, violence amongst people, and they're different kinds. Like there are the Meloy, which are kind of like vampires. So like if somebody was to murder another person, then after that a Meloy would be created and would exist, and it would go, wreak havoc. And they kind of organize themselves together and fight against other monsters and other people. There are also Corsi, which are kind of like shadow monsters, and then there are what's called Sunai, which are created from bigger catastrophic violence sort of stuff. And one of the main characters, it's not really like a relationship. It's not a love story, but there's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of not really conspiracy type stuff, but stuff going on behind the scenes that's not quite what you expected. But if you like monsters and stuff like that, then you might like this one. I'm not explaining it very well, but it was good. This one is a book for adults. I haven't read a lot of adult stuff in the last 10 years, so this summer I decided to go and browse through the section of adult fiction at the public library and just see what I could find. I'd heard about this book, Do Not Become Alarmed, so I decided to read it. And it is about two families that go on a cruise, and while they're on the cruise, they go on a shore excursion that results in their children disappearing. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you everything that happens about it. But anyway, they go ashore to have a little bit of fun, and at the end of the day, the kids are gone. Okay, so they're on the news, everybody's looking for their children. Meanwhile, their children are in not a very good situation. So it's about how the parents deal with that, how the kids deal with being abducted and trying to get back to their parents. So there's a lot of, if you like stories that are like ripped from the news headlines, then you might like this one. And it's not so adult that a teenager couldn't enjoy it. This one, John Scalzi, I really like him. He's a sci-fi author. We do have Lock-In by him here in the library, and I'll probably get another book or two of his. I don't know if I'll get this one, but I did enjoy it, The Collapsing Empire. It's set in a world where faster-than-light travel is not possible, but there is something called the flow, which a ship can create a space-time bubble around itself and enter the flow and then quickly travel to other planets in the system, which is called the interdependency, which is both a governmental system and a religion. There's a lot of different characteristics of it, but basically the point of the interdependency is that everybody is supposed to believe that all the planets are necessary for all the other planets to survive. But the problem in this book that you know at the beginning is that the flow is starting to collapse. So pretty soon, travel between the planets in the interdependency is not going to be possible. So if you've got a planet that all they make is, metallic objects, and you've got a planet over here that all they do is grow food, and another planet over here where all they do is make some other essential component of something that everybody else needs, that's going to be a problem because there's not going to be any travel between these two places anymore. So, but it was interesting. There was in this one a lot of intrigue amongst ruling families and stuff like that, and it was kind of funny too. Lastly, Jonathan Evison, The Revised Fundamentals of Caregiving. This book was about a man who has recently basically lost his whole family and his job and everything, and he's decided to be a caregiver. So for $9 an hour, he's going and helping a 20-year-old named Trev who has muscular dystrophy, and he is helping him just with daily tasks and stuff. And one of the things they talk about a lot is that this is a professional job, he's a professional, and it's not personal. Well, in the book, you go back and forth between the events leading up to his previous life's collapse and the present day in which he is caring for Trev and helping him kind of plan like fictitious journeys to tourist attractions and stuff, which I'm not going to tell you anything else about the book in case you want to read it, but all these were from the public library. I'll be returning them today. If anybody wants to check any of them out, you can go down there. Remember, if you're not 18, you do have to have a parent with you if you need to sign up for a library card, but they are free, so take advantage of that. A lot of times they have books at the public library that we either can't get for some reason, or we can't get them as fast as they do, so check them out. They have different stuff. Anyway, that's all I've got for today, so have a nice day, and we'll see you on Thursday with Duet.